A Zillow Zestimate is not a pricing strategy, and your neighbor's 2022 sale is not your 2026 pricing plan. Hey, it's David Knapp with Stillwaters Realty Group at Keller Williams, Auburn-Opelika, and after 144 transactions and over 39 million in career sales, I can tell you this comes up constantly. A seller sees an online estimate, remembers what the neighbor got a few years ago, thinks through what they want to walk away with, and that becomes the number in their head. But none of that is the market. The market is what a ready, willing, and capable buyer is willing to pay today. Not 2 years ago, and not what an algorithm guessed. Not what you need to break even, not what you spend on improvements, not what would make the next move easier, and not what just feels fair because you love the house. Now, I understand why sellers think that way. Your home is personal. You have history there. You have money in it. You may have replaced the roof, updated the flooring, painted, put in new appliances, changed light fixtures, improved the landscaping, or taken care of 100 little things that nobody else saw. And all of that matters. It matters to you, it matters to how the home presents. It may absolutely matter to the buyer, but it does not automatically mean the market gives you dollar for dollar credit for every improvement you made. That is where sellers can get frustrated because in their mind, they are adding up what they paid, what they owe, what they spent, and what they need and what they want. But buyers are doing something completely different. Buyers are comparing your house to every other house they can buy. That is the disconnect. Sellers are often looking inward, buyers are looking outward. A seller may be thinking, I need this number to make my next move work. But the buyer is thinking, for the same money, what else can I buy in Auburn-Opelika, Phenix City, Smith Station, Columbus, Fort Mitchell, or whatever area you're in. That is the real competition. It is not just your home versus what you need, it's your home versus every other option in that buyer's price range. What you don't do is price a home based on what you hope to net. You price it based on what the data supports. And when I say data, I do not mean cherry picking the one highest sale in the neighborhood and pretending that it is the new standard. I mean looking at the most relevant comparable sales. I mean looking at what is active right now. I mean looking at what is pending right now and what did not sell. I mean looking at condition, location, layout, updates, lots, school zone, buyer demand, financial environment, and the current competition. Because there are a lot of moving parts between list price and what actually closes. There's the list price, there is the offer price, there are closing cost concessions, there are inspection negotiations, there may be appraisal issues, there may be repair requests, there may be rate buy downs, there may be buyer financing limitations. There is the number that looks exciting when the offer first comes in, and then there's the number that actually shows up on the settlement statement. So when a seller says, I just need to net this, my response is usually something like, okay, I hear you. Now, let's see if the market agrees. Because if the market does not agree, the market wins every time. That may sound harsh, but it is better to hear it before you go live than after your listing has been sitting for a month with no serious activity. And in Auburn-Opelika area, those first 7 to 14 days really matter. That is when your listing has the most attention it will ever have. That is when the serious buyers who have been waiting see it. That is when agents send it to their clients. That is when you have the best chance to create urgency, showings, second showings, and offers. If the price is right, the market usually tells you pretty quickly. You get traffic, you get questions, you get feedback, you get people trying to figure out how to make it work. But if you come out too high, buyers don't just ignore it. When it sits on the market, they start wondering what's wrong with it. And a lot of times, they don't assume the price is the problem first. They assume something is wrong with the house. They wonder if the floor plan is weird. They wonder if the pictures are hiding something. They wonder if the seller is difficult. They wonder if there is an inspection issue. They wonder why nobody else wanted it. And once buyers start thinking that way, it's hard to reverse. Then you reduce the price, and now you've lost leverage, because now the buyer is not thinking this seller is strategic, they're thinking this seller is chasing the market. And when buyers sense that, they negotiate differently. They offer less, they ask for more, they take their time, they wonder if another reduction is coming. They may even sit back and wait. That is why price reductions can cost you more than just the amount you reduced. They can cost you momentum. They can cost you urgency. They can cost you confidence from the buyer pool. And sometimes they can cost you the very buyer who would have paid the strongest number if the home had launched correctly from day one. The better strategy is to price it right from day one. And I know that sounds simple, but simple doesn't necessarily mean easy, because pricing correctly takes discipline, it takes preparation, it takes honest conversations, and it takes a seller who is willing to hear the truth before the market teaches it to them the hard way. We used strategy recently. We priced under market on a particular home that had a few little issues. We did it on purpose, and it brought 4 offers well above list price right away. That's not leaving money on the table, that's creating competition. And there's a huge difference. Leaving money on the table is underpricing with no plan. Strategic pricing is positioning the home in a way that gets the right buyers through the door, creates urgency, and gives the market a reason to compete. The goal is not always to list at the highest number you can possibly justify. The goal is to create the best outcome. And sometimes the best outcome comes from pricing it in a way that makes buyers say, we need to see this now. That is the difference between hoping the market catches up and making the market respond. Now, does that mean every house should be priced under market? No, that would be a lazy advice. Every home is different, every neighborhood is different, every price range is different, every seller situation is different. A home in Opelika may need one strategy, a home in Auburn may need another, a property in Fort Mitchell, Phenix City, Smith Station, or Lake Martin may need something completely different. A fully renovated house is not the same as one that needs some work. A starter home is not the same as a luxury home. An investment property is not the same as a primary residence. But the same principle applies. Your price has to be defensible. It has to make sense to a buyer. It has to make sense to a buyer's agent. And if financing is involved, it eventually needs to make sense to an appraiser. That is the part sellers sometimes forget. You can list for whatever you want. You can accept whatever offer you want, but if the buyer is getting a loan, the appraisal still matters. And if the appraisal does not support the price, you may be right back in negotiations anyway. So, a good pricing strategy is not just about getting attention. It is about getting to the closing table with the strongest possible terms. Because the best offer is not always just the highest number on paper. The best offer is the one that actually closes and puts the most money in your pocket with the fewest problems along the way. That is why the preparation matters too. Presentation matters, photography matters, marketing matters, exposure matters, condition matters, access, but all those things work best when the price is right. Great marketing can bring attention to a home. It cannot force buyers to overpay for it. If the price is wrong, the marketing is fighting uphill from day one, and that is a frustrating place to be. A broker's job is not to validate the number you want, it's to tell you what the market will actually bear and build a strategy that gives you the best chance to win. And I know that can be hard to hear because sometimes the number you want and the number the market supports are not the same number. But I would rather tell you the truth on the front end than flatter you into a listing that sits, that's stale, takes reductions, and eventually sells for less than it should have. The sellers who usually get the best results are not always the ones with the perfect house. They are the ones who are willing to prepare well, present well, price strategically, and adjust quickly if the market gives us feedback. Because the market will give feedback. Showings are feedback. Lack of showings is feedback. Second showings are feedback. No offers is feedback. Low offers are feedback. Agent comments are feedback. Online activity is feedback. And the mistake is ignoring that feedback because you are emotionally attached to a number. So, if you are thinking about selling, don't start with what do I want. Start with what does the market support and what strategy gives me the best chance to win. That is a much better question because pricing is not just a number. Pricing is a strategy. And the strategy you choose before you go live may determine whether your home launches with momentum or sits there while buyers move on to the next one. If you've got questions about pricing your home, please reach out. Have a blessed day. Comment price below and I'll send you a no obligation market analysis for your specific address. Real numbers, real comps, no fluff.